This project will cover the consultation process of working with an urban elementary school, Halls Elementary. The teachers and administrators at Halls Elementary School are seeing an increased number of office disciplinary referrals, or ODRs, for students displaying inappropriate behaviors in the hallways at the beginning and end of the day. The school has received ODRs for over 75% of the students, with the majority of the students being repeat offenders. To address the behaviors, some teachers have developed rules for hallway behavior while others have not. Members of this group have put together a consultation plan that revolves around group contingencies and positive reinforcement. It is the goal that through group contingencies, appropriate hallway behavior expectations will be set for all students and teachers, positive reinforcement systems will be put into place, and the number of ODRs will decrease. Group contingencies is the recommended intervention for Halls Elementary for a variety of reasons. First, it will be simple to form groups throughout the school, as each class will represent its own group. Then, each student within the class will have expectations and responsibilities in order for their class to earn the reward. Rewards will be dependent on each student changing their behavior. Lastly, it is a focused intervention. Because Halls Elementary is experiencing the most difficulty with behaviors in the hallway, and even more specifically at the beginning and end of each day, those are the points that this group contingency will focus on. Group contingency as an intervention is considered a school-wide positive behavior system. So why implement a school-wide positive behavior system? Research has demonstrated that school-wide positive behavior systems can reduce referrals by 88%, which then in turn also reduces the rate of suspensions and expulsions. It is a proactive and positive measure, so it addresses problem behaviors before they occur and reinforces appropriate behaviors positively. It is a multi-tiered system, so it allows for interventions to be customized based on school, classroom, and individual needs. Because it is a positive intervention strategy, it will aid in facilitating a positive school-wide culture and positive social interactions. Most of all, it programs for consistency. There will be consistent expectations and procedures set for both students and faculty.
Group contingencies have been used in a variety of classroom settings, such as preschools, elementary schools, employment skills training classrooms, and Head Start classrooms. Group contingencies have also been used with a variety of students, including students with autism and challenging behaviors, general education students, and unemployed drug users. Researchers have shown group contingencies to be effective in many areas, such as reducing disruptive behavior, reducing noise levels, increasing physical activity, and improving academic and social behaviors.
Now we will address the steps in implementing a group contingency. These steps are the creation of a leadership team, how to begin to implement the group contingencies, defining the behavior, including the target behaviors and the desired replacement behaviors, how to collect data, and analyzing the data. The leadership team consists of 5 to 7 individuals from multiple disciplines, including mental health, administration, grade level leaders, and even a parent if possible. While all staff members will undergo training, the leadership team will have additional training due to their responsibility of supporting their fellow staff and answering any questions that may arise about implementation or data collection. It is also the responsibility of the leadership team to analyze the data that is collected and to assess if the intervention is successful.
To implement a group contingency, the leadership team will first define the targeted behaviors for reduction and take baseline data on the current levels of these behaviors. Then create 3 to 5 briefly stated expectations for all the students to follow. Next, the leadership team should determine what reinforcers will be available for the students, how the students can earn these reinforcers, and how often they can earn the reinforcers. Then they need to communicate these expectations to all of the students. Finally, the staff will keep records on all office referrals as well as take data on student hallway behavior. The leadership team will regularly review this data to evaluate the effectiveness of the intervention. The leadership team will review and calculate the total office referrals for the previous year to use as a baseline. Throughout the year, they will continue to review office referrals as a measurement of improvement in students' behavior.
The targeted or inappropriate hallway behaviors that will be observed and measured include running, jumping, vocalization, elopement, and property destruction. Teachers will be provided with the operational definition of each target behavior. Appropriate replacement hallway behaviors include walking in a single file line with an arm's length of the student or teacher in front of them, emitting 0 vocalizations unless given permission to do so by an adult, keeping hands, feet, and objects to self, and complying to adult or teacher instruction. The following form will be utilized by teachers to collect partial interval baseline data on the absence of targeted behaviors and the presence of replacement behaviors. A checkmark will be placed in the box corresponding to the minute interval in which an appropriate replacement behavior occurs. The box corresponding to the minute interval in which a targeted behavior occurs will remain blank, and the behaviors observed may be written in the comments section. This form will be used to verify the effectiveness of the group contingency. I will now demonstrate what behaviors to look for and how to record them on the data collection sheet. Within the first minute of being in the hallway, the students did not engage in any maladaptive behaviors and demonstrated appropriate replacement behaviors. I will place a check mark on my data sheet and provide social praise. I love how quiet everyone is being. Within minute 2 of being in the hallway, students engaged in elopement and jumping. I will leave the corresponding box blank and write those behaviors in the comments section. Within the 3rd minute of being in the hallway, the students did not engage in any targeted behaviors. I will now place a check mark on my data sheet and provide social praise. Awesome job remaining in a single file line. Students engaged in running, property destruction, and vocalizations during their 4th minute in the hallway. I will then leave the corresponding box blank and write those behaviors in the comments section. During their final 5th minute in the hallway, the students displayed appropriate replacement behaviors and did not engage in any targeted behaviors. I will put my final check mark in the corresponding box and provide social praise. Everyone is doing an awesome job following directions. I'm so proud.
Now that the school has the data from office referrals, it is time to use that data to set goals to determine the success of the group contingency program. The goal is to decrease office referrals by 20% the first quarter, 40% the second quarter, 60% the third quarter, and by 80% at the end of the school year. The coaching team will need to review data frequently to make sure the group contingency plan is working. For students to experience success, they need to understand what the expectations for hallway behavior are. Students will be introduced to the new expected hallway behaviors during a school assembly. Teachers will also be responsible for reviewing expectations frequently in the classroom and before entering the hallway. Visual reminders in the form of posters will be placed in the hallways to help students follow the rules. To further encourage student buy-in, there are several opportunities to earn rewards for the class. After earning so many check marks, a reward will follow. For example, after 5 and 10 check marks, the class earns candy. After 40 check marks, the class earns a pizza party. And after 100 check marks, students can choose a pizza party, ice cream party, or an extra recess.
Some final tips for a successful implementation of group contingency intervention. To increase success rates, the leadership team should regularly meet with the professional team members and trainers to review the collected data and ensure that the office referrals are decreasing at the expected and desired rate. If this is not occurring, assessments of the situation and necessary changes can and should be made. Consistency is key with group contingencies. All teachers should be consistent in implementing the intervention, as well as all students should have the exact same expectations and have the opportunity to earn the same rewards. Our team would like to thank Halls Elementary School for putting their trust and confidence in our ability to create a successful intervention. Thank you and have a great evening.